So there is also another thing I'd like to mention, which I think might be quite important. Is in November 2023, I was informed, I was just made to choose to come to you to ask for contact with organizer. This is kind of intrigue that was made by people from Warsaw. I was able to figure it out, and I was able to later deduct what kind of things might be said to keep you from contacting with organizers. One of them is, I think, by the way, as I'm just here, right? At first, I thought obviously it was stupid. They shouldn't tell me to come to you. But I believe their time is ending. That's a reason they are about losing control, and they prefer to see me talking to you and having control over this talk than later not knowing what is going on. And it's all about like when you're in fear, they're under threat of being put into prison, and then I just lost my words. Got distracted. I don't know why, but it's better basically to have control over things, because they knew from the very beginning that I'm going to ask you for contacting with organizers. Like I said, I don't want to have like aggressive solutions. I'm not after that kind of actions. But at first I thought like I will get evidence. That was from 2020 I was able to make a kind of plan, and I thought first I'll get evidence. Then when I have this evidence, I will first come to organizers, give them time because to like start with plan B, because of course from the very beginning people like this with that kind of big project, they had to be aware of the fact that things might go in a way they wouldn't like to, so they have to have plan B. But I thought it would be much better to give them time, have friends, right? I treat them as friends in my mind, that they are always as friends. I thought like, previous Scrum was very nice, so I don't think this the things happened to me for this 6 years supposed to happen. That's the reason I'm asking you for contact with organizers. But going back to Meriton, then I thought I've heard like they made a situation when very not nice situation, but basically they created kind of counter. They said, oh, if I hear till the end of December about organizers of previous crowd up to 10,000, not up to, if I'll be able to count to 2,000, then that's enough. I'll change my plan and I'll go to next crowd. I knew that they want to have a kind of fun with abusing all this, and they start to be like, they start to their play. So I thought that, okay, that's enough, and I'll go to organizer. I'm not going to content anything. They obviously were prepared for this, right? They were talking to you, and it's all like made up. But the thing is, I started the next day to talk with one of the victims, and she said like their perpetrators mentioned name and surname of a guy that, well, suddenly out of nowhere, day before this talk, I checked because I was like provocated too, and I thought, okay, so now I know that they already talk with other group, right? But I thought this is okay. It doesn't matter. This thing I don't think they were able to predict that I won't care about this that much. But I was able to figure it out when I was talking to her. But as she started to talk to me suddenly out of nowhere, try to she said like she tried to for previous very short amount of time started to intense contact with me after a few months of not talking. So that was kind of, you know, suspicious. And she started to say something like, oh, they will like they will pee their pants because they're so frightened. Oh, you'll see that they're so frightened. And I was figured out one thing. Okay, now I know they were talking to our groups. Now I know I can think that they think that I will threaten our groups. I'll threat our groups. So that is the information I have. From the very beginning I thought it's about short message, but then I have a few more talks with two of my friends which are victims, and I was able to figure it out. But actually I think they were sending some videos, and I was able to figure it out. What strange happened in especially 2023 from June to it was October. There was very, very strange things, very strange thought. They were very aggressive with saying things in sleep, and it was. But as I'm focused on programming, and learning to program basically, because I'm not a programmer yet. I said, okay, I have my things to do, and I don't have that resources to take care of everything. But but after these talks, I was able to figure it out, start to deduct things that might be said, and I figured it out. Okay, the message actually, it wasn't just one short call and saying things like in 5 minutes. I believe it's something much more prepared. I believe it's a whole history. They have to take into consideration previous group, that one of the group might be previous group, but I don't think they think that other group is one of you and one of people in Poland. I think that they think that if they are in Warsaw, and if it wasn't them, then probably it's not someone from our universities, because they think that they are this, you know, the most important people in the world. Then they don't consider that actually people from, let's say, Krakow or other university that might be, you know, more important, better, or might be involved in this project before them, as they think like they are, you know, in the center of the world. But I was able to figure it out that actually, most probably the story about me included. I started to think about advertisement that showed on my profile that were, you know, suspicious to me. But I thought that's maybe kind of coincidence. I know the advertisement are targeted, so they're supposed to, you know, be connected with my person, somehow associated with some person I'm interested in, but they weren't. Now I know why, and as we all know, they have passwords, and everything is clear. I will say something more, as this 8 minutes, and I'm being all the time rushed by them. So I figured out that they were sending videos. First thing, I don't know exactly which ones, but they were sending videos. They were talking about history, but this is a kind of really big history. They were trying to obviously say things that are beneficial to them. They use this technology to make things look better. And my job is to show you, my job is to deduct after things that happened. It's strange one, the one that are not casual in my life. And it happened for the last 4 years. That what might be you know, part of the history, and my job is to show you the truth. If I'm correct about things that were made up, and I was able to show the truth, then it's great, right? I was able to figure it out, and I'm able to convince you that actually you know, you were set lies. If I am unable to do this, I'm in one particular thing, as I think it is. We talk about I don't know, 50 different informations. Then okay, you will know some not very important fact. But there are some things about also English, right? I saw in 2021 there were advertisement of English school, which I'm not interested in. By the way, when I started to read researches about neurotechnology, neuroscience, as I had to know something about what's going on and this brain projects and stuff. My English was quite good, but not not as good as it's right now, as my level increased due to reading lots of researches. The beginning was tragic. I was forced, like I was like thrown into the ocean, and I had two choices. I can use Google Translate, but it will take much more time, as there were, the vocabulary that is used in researches is much more sophisticated than things that I was able to, I knew. But I decided, like, okay, brain is a kind of, like, we have artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence, all these algorithms, because there are algorithms, they are based on, they try to imitate our brain, right? And our brains are the best machines in the world, actually, and are considered as supercomputer. To have a very efficient algorithm, we have iterative algorithm. There are like one after one, and there are like this normal algorithm, and we have algorithms that are based on artificial neural network, right? And these algorithms are given sets of data, training data, and then later they are able to figure out things. So I thought, okay, we have little children and they are, learning things, or people who are able to learn foreign language just by living in a foreign country that they moved in, and they're able to figure out things that I've heard about this case, like they don't learn every day for 50, let's say every day 50 words, but they just surround themselves with this language, and their brain is able later to figure out the context, different contexts of the particular, let's say, word, of the different whole sentences. And I thought that is a great way to improve my English, as I have a quite strong basis. I was in the high school. It was very nice school, like the best in the Evolution is. I was in linguistic class, which means that I had 5 hours of English lesson each week. So I had enough of English, not that sophisticated, like I said. And I was, obviously, I didn't know, like even in Polish language, I didn't know this brain, all these measurements and stuff. I didn't know the vocabulary, like we have magnetoencephalography. Even in Poland, if I wouldn't read something about this, then I wouldn't know. But I decided to read about it, and I thought, let's move on. They were laughing at me all the time. They were laughing that I don't know anything, that I was unable till now to write like a report to prosecutor's office that worked, because that I'm unable to do anything. And they were all the time humiliating me that I don't know anything. How do I feel as one uneducated person among so great minds? But I started to see this advertisement. By the way, in 2021 I reported on police that someone broke into my computer, and because suddenly I started to see advertisement of credits, like some parabanks or other institution offered me credit, and I was super scared, because till now even I pay how to say the credit, like I took a debt, I have debt in the bank, due to them, they wanted me to remove implant, and they wanted me to, they demanded me to buy things that I couldn't afford without this credit. And I will say something more in